Oh, founder and CEO of Action Speaks Volume Incorporated. I am known as your procrastination strategist, your behavior change expert. I help you to build unshakable confidence. Stop procrastinating, and you got it. Get your dreams out of your head into your life. I pray that you have had an amazing Wednesday. I pray that you have had an amazing week to be amazing week. I pray that your week has been well and that all is going well with you and yours. And so we're not going to be on here long. Just wanted to drop in here for a few minuets. Yeah, we just want to drop in here for a few minutes, sit down, talk with you, and see, have a little check-in with you. When you come on, if you will, just go ahead, hit the share button. If you will, go ahead and just say good evening. Let me know where you're tuning in from. That would be amazing. But you see what the title of this live feed is. Don't win too much, they'll start hating on you. Do not win too much. They'll start hating on you. Good evening, Belinda. Thank you so much for joining. I got my package. Thank you so much. I haven't opened it yet. I was on a call and then I came in here, but I will be opening it. Thank you so much. But don't win too much. And what do you mean by that, Coach? What is it that you mean by that? I just want to give you a few nuggets, few tips on tonight about this topic. I want to encourage you because a lot of times you can get discouraged when you begin to be a little successful. When you start doing the things that you said you was going to do, when you start doing the things that you desired to do, when you start making money moves, and when you start making any type of moves toward in the direction that you wanted to go, they start hating on you. And I know we don't like to admit it. We don't like to acknowledge it. We don't like to talk about it. But truth be told, people will support you in one thing or two things. They may support you. Sometimes they don't never support you. But when you start winning too often, now they'll want to convert that to your bragging. It can never be that. It's not that it's your testimony, or it's not that you're sharing. Good evening, Pastor Princess. Thank you so much for joining. It's not that they won't look at it as you are sharing to show the possibility. You're sharing to be an inspiration, to motivate, to inspire someone to do it, to know that if it's done for you, that it can be done for them. They don't look at it as the possibilities. They don't look at it as a glimpse of hope to say, these things I can do because I see my sister did it, or I see my brother did it. But they will look at it as, now you think you're more than that. Now you think that you're somebody. But I want to encourage you on tonight. Don't let that discourage you. People gonna talk about you anyway. Don't let that discourage you where they feel like, because you're winning. Because I never really understood the concept that people will support you more when you down than when you up. Do that make sense? And what I mean by that, and I'm gonna bring that particular point to a closer view. And what I mean by down, because see, when you down and out, when you're a drunk, alcoholic, on drugs, and that's down to me. That's down. I don't consider it to be up. That's down. But have you ever noticed that people that drink and smoke, and even homeless, they always get their needs met, even though they may not require much need, but when they need something to eat, they get something to eat. Even though that when they want something to drink, they get something to drink. Now, their quality of life is a little bit lower than you, but some of them, they eat. They still eat. And sometimes they may not be able to have it warm, and they may not be able to have it this and that, but they'll find somebody. They'll go through the measurement of asking enough people to somebody say yes. The concept of asking 10 people and one gonna say yes, it really don't have a stopping point. If you're a salesperson, you got to not be frustrated. Good evening, Shanti. Thank you so much for joining. If you're selling something, you can't get frustrated because the first 7 people said no. You got to ask. The statistic says 1 out of every 10. So it may take you 10. Come on now, some. It may take you 10 in order for you to get the 1. But think about it. Even the person that is hungry out on the street with nothing to eat, they ask 10 people, at least one person. At least one person out of them 10 is going to get them something to eat. It's not about magic. It's about numbers. It's a numbers thing. And so when you get discouraged and figure, well, I'm not going to ask for no help. Maybe you haven't asked enough people for help. Maybe you haven't made enough effort for help. But I want you to really look at that thing at a deeper in a deeper view and go have a deeper dive into it to think about they have their needs met. So why is it that our smart selves and degreed selves and gotta be right selves, why we can't have our desires met? You'll be in a competition that you have no idea that you're in. Amen. You don't even have you don't have a clue that you're in a competition because you want to be a better version of you. You want to be a better. You're not telling them to be better. You're not telling them to do anything different. You're saying I want to be a better version of me, and I'm a competition for me improving me. I'm not bothering you, but I'm improving me. They got their mouth on you for you improving you. So I want you to be encouraged and not discouraged because I want you to realize and recognize that you got people that will not support you when you're doing good, but they'll support you when you're down and out. You would think that they would want to meet you halfway, but they want to come and get you all the way when you're down, because you have some people that thrive off of your dependency. They feel good when they have to keep on, as they said back in the day, ration you out something. I don't need you ration me nothing. Give me what I need because I'm expecting to get it, right? You got to have an expectancy. See, some of you feel like, well, I don't give to get. Well, that's crazy. That's why you don't have what you need, because you say you don't give to get. You may not get what you gave from who you gave it to, but you should give to get, because the law of sowing and reaping is still into play. I give to get. If I give it to God's people, I'm expecting to get something back from God. That's just how he works, So when we have the mindset that I don't give to get, and we wonder why we don't ever get nothing back, because you didn't want nothing. You wasn't expecting nothing. And then we'll talk about it later that don't nobody never give me nothing. So we got to remember. So I want to stay on topic because, I will go I just go all out, all over the place. But anyway, you find yourself where you can find yourself, pick yourself up, let yourself in, do what you got to do. But anyway, don't win too much. Don't win too much. Because see, when you win too much, you know how some people say, congratulations, girl, congratulations. Don't do that too often. Don't do that too often. You'll find that the congratulations, they'll begin to deteriorate. And it's not because it's something to do with you. It got everything to do with them, because they tired of seeing you win and they're not doing anything. But what they're not looking at, and what they're not viewing is they're not doing what you're doing. While they are asleep, you're working. While they're hanging with their friends and doing all these different sorts of types of crazy things, you're grinding, you're creating, you're visualizing, you're meditating, you're reading the word, you're in some books or something. You're doing something that is going to propel you forward and get you closer to your goal. You say, well, you know what? Excuse me. You say, you know what? Instead of me buying Starbucks, instead of me eating out, that I'm going to make an investment in myself. I just made an investment in myself on last night. It had to be done. I listened at a recording yesterday evening. Didn't even know that it was there was a meeting about it. But anyway, I listened at a recording on yesterday evening, and you have to make a decision by midnight. But when I heard the recording, I already made a decision. Do you know most people? People already know what they want? They run and get the ifing and if this and if that, and I'm gonna think about it and pray about it. Stop praying about it and make an agreement with yourself. And I'm not saying don't pray. See, y'all are taking it to a whole nother level. Oh, coach, oh, doctor, oh, she said don't pray. No, you pray. But you know, some of us are praying and playing. You already know what you're going to do. You already know what you want. Y'all, I'm going to pray about it. And, you know, I'm going to see what the Lord going to say. The Lord ain't going to say nothing about that topic because you know you're not really going to talk to him about that thing. Can we just be real on that? Can we just be real? And I know today is Wednesday. I know it's not transparent Tuesday or Thursday, but it's just keeping it real with Coach O. You already know what you want to do. And a lot of times when you place value on something, and when somebody tell you what the value is and you thought that the value was something else and it don't line up, then all of a sudden it's a no. But if that wasn't a problem, it would be a big yes. What she said, what Lisa Nichols say, yes, yes, oh yes, oh yes, it'll be a yes, yes. You start making it being a no because now you think you can't afford it. But if you want it bad enough, I want you to know that you can have it if you want it. You got to make up in your mind that you're gonna win. See, a lot of us, we will start shrinking back on our wins because our cheerleading squad is beginning to fade. Because nobody is saying, great job, get a girl, get a boy. Nobody's patting you on your shoulders. Nobody's putting you on the spotlight. But you got to know that you're not winning for them. Why are you even doing what you're doing? When you think about why you are doing what you're doing, rather they cheer you on, rather they tell you to keep going, rather they tell you can do it, you'll do it anyway. Why would you do it anyway? Because your why is big enough, and your why is big enough to say, I gotta keep going because I haven't made it yet. I gotta keep going because I'm trying to retire my mom. I gotta keep going for my kids won't have to do this, that, and the third. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going just because I want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. I want to be healthy. I want to be happy. You're not all those things broke. I know. You're not all those things. We can pretend to say we content and we happy and all these different sorts of type of things. You're not really happy, bro. Trying to figure out how you're going to pay your light bill and who you're going to rob this month to pay and what you're going to have to skip next month, what you got to do to skip around and skate around your Christmas gifts this year and who you're going to miss. Now you got to go all up in your head and think about who didn't buy you nothing last year, so you're not going to try that this year thinking that they're going to get you something. So now so you can take them off, you can say there in order for you to do this, that, and the third. You shouldn't have to live like that. I don't want to live like that. I want to know that I come from abundance. I pour from abundance. I draw from abundance. I get from abundance. And everything I need, it is already out here. That's the mindset that you have to have. Stop living in this scarcity, complacent mindset that enough is enough and too much. We say all these different sorts of types of things. Don't shrink back on your winning. Good evening, Bishop. Thank you so much for joining. Good evening, good morning to you from Pakistan. You know, you have to know that what you need is out here. It is out here. You have to bring yourself to the awareness of where it is. But if you already shutting down the idea that it's not possible and it's not available to you, that it's just for certain people and all these different sorts of types of things, no. You got to say it's not for them, it's for us. This stuff is out here for us. Creativity is for us. Things are being created not for you later and when you get to heaven, because why would they be created on earth if I got to wait to get to heaven to use them? Think about that. You know, some of the stuff we say, and you have to really just think about, just sit back and say, why they think that? You know, I had a lady one time, she asked me on my job, she said, I used to think you have to win for yourself and not for the applause. Yes. And when you have that attitude and you know that's why you running, baby, they can't stop you. But she said, I used to wonder why you thought that you were supposed to. I'm thinking, why would you think anything less? We would think ourselves so small, and we wonder why people look at us small, because it started with you. You know what Aretha Franklin said, RESPECT, respect. It started with you and me. You have to respect yourself in order for other people to respect you. You have to value yourself, know your worth, and stop shrinking back. Stop shrinking back. Stop dumbing down to fit into circles that you ain't got no business in anyway. You got to be quiet and you can't be this and you can't do this and you can't. All these different sorts of types of things. We got this long laundry list of can't do this. You can't win. You can't be a successful entrepreneur. You can't be married and have a business. You can't have a business, married, and have kids. You got to live a life of ors, but you can live a life of ands and say, I can do this and I can do that. I can do this and I can do that. You don't have to choose on this or that, and you got to evaluate all through your mind, and you analyzing and you getting all deep and this and that to say, well, if I do this, then I can't do that. Why is it that you can't figure out a way that you can do all of it, that you can do the things that you desire? And do it and love it and enjoy it and have fun with it, and stop allowing people to force you to stop winning because you're worried about what they think and how they feel, because you're afraid of outshining somebody that you like, somebody you love that don't like you. Because if they had any kind of love or like for you, they would say, girl, go for it. They would say, guy, go for it. They would say, woman, go for it. They would say, man, go for it. You don't need nobody talking you out of what you desire if it's not causing you any danger, if it's not causing you any hurt. Even if it costs you a little money, sometimes we're going to lose a little bit. Sometimes we're going to take risks that's going to fail. But that's why it's called risk. All risk is not healthy. All risk is not risky. Some risk is risky, and you're going to have to be willing to take the risk. Look, I'm not going to stay on here long because I am hungry. I got to fix me something to eat. I think I'm going to do me like a little taco salad. You know, I like to eat my stuff all separate, have it all cute. I will send you a picture, and that may offend some people, but you know what? I don't care. That's my page. When you let people know that you're real, you don't have to be some old stuck up, saved, deep person that don't enjoy life. You so stuck in yourself. You so stuck in your all this and that. Live. Live. You can live a good, godly, saved life. Love God people. Tell people about the love of Jesus. You can tell people that you didn't see Jesus. You can tell people that you're not perfect, but you're striving for perfection every day. You don't have to be this old wrapped up mommy that's looking down on everybody else, and it's this or that, and there's nothing in between, and it's all this stuff that you're not. I'm loud sometimes, but I know how to act like I got good sense a lot of times. But we so inhumanized. We just, we so deep and so robotic, and we just have to, keep this persona that we're perfect. I'm not perfect. I am not perfect. Sometimes people irritate me well. Yeah. I'm like, Lord, get your people. Get your people. But we act like, we're just, we're happy with everything. We're satisfied with everything. Just absolutely nothing bothers. That's what you act like, when you act like you act. But we know that's not true. Not only are you talking to other people behind closed doors and off the screen, but you having a war inside yourself is the reason you can't rest and you can't sleep, and you've been in the bed, and when you wake up you feel like you still tired because you got all this mess going on up in your head that you seem to think that you agree with. Someone you love but don't like you. Yeah, you thinking this is you vibing on the same vibration. You ain't even on the same station. You're not on the same vibration. They missing some waves, a bunch of them. It's time for us to be real. It's time for us to win. Don't shrink back because somebody else feel like you shouldn't be winning, baby. That enough is enough. You'll never have enough because you can always feed somebody. You can always be a blessing to somebody. You can always give to somebody. And there's always somebody to be given to. So if you got enough for you, Get some more for somebody else. Look, I'm getting ready to get out of here. This is your girl, Coach O, founder and CEO of Action Speaks Volume Incorporated. I am known as your procrastination strategist, behavior change expert. I help you to build unshakable confidence. Stop procrastinating, and you got it. Get your dreams out of your head into your life. I want you to get out of your head and get into your heart and start living the life that you desire. I'll talk to you later.